Story begins with a young man named Kiaru. When he was sleeping, he had a nightmare that caused him to wake up from sleep. The same dream was always repeated to him. Also, he was always hearing an anonymous voice. This voice says to Kiaru, "You must become strong." Then comes a woman. This is the mother who raised Kiaru, and her name is Anna. She asked him about the dream he was having, so he said that he was fighting the Demon King. She told him that he would finally become an adult and that after his birthday. She also wondered what category he would get: a magician, a swordsman, or even a hero of heroes. Then he went to collect some apples from the field, but suddenly he heard a voice. This voice was saying, "You have to get the eye of the spirits, the eye that sees all creation." He was shocked. Not knowing what to do, he started walking like a zombie towards the forest. The night came. Kiaru is still in the forest. He was standing in front of a water lake, but suddenly a little fairy appeared in front of him. This girl told him to ask her anything. So he told her that he wanted to get the eye of spirits, the eye that sees everything, and she actually agreed to give him this power. So she kissed him from his right eye. She turned green. He began to see energy and spirits, and also he is able to read the name of the fairy. But suddenly he remembered the dark past. In his previous life he was on a mission with 3 adventurers. The adventurers are fighting the Demon Queen, but they suffered serious injuries and wounds. Now it's Kiaru's turn. He is a magician who uses healing magic, so he must help the adventurers. This girl is called Blade. She directed the insult. She also said that he is just a healing magician, so he must carry out orders. He is a healing magician, but when he heals a person, all the memories and experiences of that person are transferred to Kiaru automatically. He can't stand a person's pain, so he was always running away, but the knights are catching him. They made him addicted to drugs, in order for him to heal others in exchange for drugs. Also, the adventurers treat Kiaru like slaves. They beat him, tortured him, and practiced the most terrible violence on him. He said that he had already gained immunity to drugs a year ago, and also said that he was waiting for this opportunity to fight the Demon King. And he actually used healing magic in the attack, which is not logical. He also had several experiences from the fighters he cured. He can also change the shape of his body. And indeed he coped with the attack with ease, but the demoness was crying. She said that she could not protect her. He told her not to worry, because they would start all over again in the second life. He took the heart of the demoness, and it is a jewel. This jewel is called the Philosopher's Stone. This princess, whose name is Flare, she wants to take the Philosopher's Stone, but Kiaru does not want to, because he knows that the kingdom will use this gem in brutal acts such as corruption and world domination. He said that he would save this corrupt world by the power of God. He also said that he would go back in time in order to take revenge on the adventurers, and also fight the corrupt kingdom. He also wants to know what the Demon Queen wants to protect. She said that if he did, he would lose his memories. But he doesn't care because he swore that he wouldn't forget the pain he was in, and he actually went back in time. Then he thanked this fairy because she helped him restore his memories, and so he decided to take revenge on Flare. He has already been chosen as a hero like his previous life. Also, he knows that the princess will come for him, so he decided to gain immunity to drugs by eating poisonous plants. And actually days later the princess came to him. Everyone is happy that Kiaru has become a hero. She was very nice, too. She told him to call her in an informal way, and actually moments after they arrived in the city. This city is really subordinate to half-humans, but the knights conquered it, and they also made the native slaves. The king told him that the magic that Kiaru uses is healing magic, so he asked him to do his best in the service of the kingdom. At night, he went to his room in order to rest. But suddenly the maid came to him. She did decent things with him, but he took advantage of the situation. He took all her experience and information about the palace, and that's for the revenge plan, so he did the same with the rest of the maids. The next day he went in order to treat the heroine of the sword, and her name is Kiraha Krylet. She lost her arm while defeating a powerful demon, so Kiaru will heal her, and in fact her arm has come back again. But Kiaru collapsed and lost consciousness because he saw all the pain and suffering of the sword heroine. But after he collapsed, Flare beat him. She asked the old man to torture Kiaru. In fact, Kiaru was acting. He was just pretending to lose consciousness. He wanted to wait for the right moment in order to take revenge. The next day he didn't want to continue treating people because of the mental pain. But Flare came to him. She was treating him kindly and said that his skills would help a lot of people. But when she left, she decided to put some medicine in the cup of tea while he knew everything. And actually a few moments later, the maid went to Kiaru in order to give him tea. He drank tea but lost consciousness, then they took him to prison. Everyone treats him like a dog. Beatings, assaults, all kinds of dirty torture, and of course all this happens because Flair wants it. Days later, Flair went to him, and indeed he was addicted to the drug. She asked him to behave like a dog in order to give him the medicine, and he did. But she hit him in a sensitive place, then she poured the medicine on the floor, and also put her shoes on his head. And so he was doing healing in the daytime, but at night they were assaulting him mercilessly. But 6 months later, he is now ready to carry out the plan of revenge on the woman who took everything from him in the past. And indeed, thanks to the skill of alchemy, he untied his chains and also melted the iron. He will take advantage of the absence of the king in order to take revenge on Flair. The princess was frightened, but one of the knights came and said that he had captured the prisoner. She returned to normal after hearing this news, but the guard told her that he should tell her about a secret order concerning the prisoner. So Flair invited the guard to her room, but he killed the guards and said that this skill was copied from the sword heroine Kiraha. What the hell is going on? In fact, this person is Kiaru. He disguised himself as a guardian using healing magic. Then he tore off Flair's clothes, and he also nullified her magic. He said that he would take revenge on her, but this said that she did all this in order for him not to feel pain while using it to heal. Then he asked her to play a game with him, then he broke her finger. She screamed at the top of her voice but no one heard. She said she was going to give him money and women, but he broke her second finger. She was screaming but he was laughing. He said he was going to break all her fingers, but she shouldn't scream, that's the game. And actually she was enduring the pain. He broke all her fingers, but he did magic healing, so her hand came back to normal again. She said that's not fair, but he doesn't care and he broke her finger again. But this time she screamed so she suffered a loss. Then he immobilized her legs, and now he will take revenge on her. And indeed she was wishing for death, because Kiaru took revenge on her in a very clever way. Then he changed some of her facial features, and also erased all her memories in order to make the princess become his dog. He also faked the incident. He made it seem that the princess died in a fire. The guard is the criminal. He also left a burnt corpse that looks exactly like Flair. And actually the next morning, she couldn't remember anything, so he identified himself. He said he was her husband. Her name is Feria. He said she's always begging him to do a few things with him, but she's begging him like a pig. At the same time, he was planting these imaginary memories inside her mind. And actually she became his puppet. She was carrying out all his orders. And indeed, after following his orders, she hugged him and said that she loved him. Also Kiaru changed his name in order to avoid problems. His name is Kiaruga. Days later he decided to leave the village in order to avoid problems. But while they were going, he heard the citizens talking about the death of Princess Flair. Also the citizens want Princess Norn to return as soon as possible. He becomes scared because Princess Norn is the only one who has discovered that he has recovered his memories of his previous life. Also she is very dangerous, so he wants to avoid her for now. They went camping, but while he was sleeping, he was remembering the misadventures of the adventurers. Princess Norn, she was giving him medicine in a perverted way, but then she hit him hard in that place. After getting out of the Norn tent, the heroine of Sword Blade comes to him. She used to love women and hate men. She loves Norn, so she is jealous of Kiaru because he was accompanied by Norn. She was hitting him hard. Kiaru, when he came back to his tent, he finds the cannon bullet hero. He was a psychopath and also loves Kiaru, so he was assaulting and beating him. Then Kiaru woke up from sleep, but he found Feria next to him, so he did that thing with her. In the morning he went to wash his face in the river, and also decided to take revenge on the rest of the adventurers at all costs. They left for a city named Lanarida. This city is located in the east of the empire. It is a good city in terms of freshness, but it is full of crimes and illegal actions. Then they went to a restaurant, but Kiaru noticed something strange in the water. This water is poisoned, so he warned Feria. He noticed that all the inhabitants had symptoms of poisoning, so he drank this water in order to make an antitoxin. And actually a few minutes later, he made a good antidote that works against poisoning and the diseases resulting from that poisoning. Then on the way he found a merchant who was infected with this poisoning, so he went to him in order to make a profitable deal with him. The merchant did not trust this medicine, but after he tried it he became shocked, so Kiaru decided to sell him a box full of medicine. And also he will return to him 2 days later in the evening, in order to deliver him more medicines. The merchant agreed. Thus Kiaru has sold 28 potions for 28 gold pieces. Then he decided to buy slaves, so he went to the market. He gave the merchant money and went to see the slaves. But he was interested in something special. A girl belonging to the clan of Ice Wolves. She attacked him in a brutal way. He went to her and found out that she wanted revenge on unknown people, so she is nervous and wants to kill. But he told her that he would help her in revenge, and indeed she smiled but collapsed because she is sick. He decided to buy her because she is interesting and also she looks like him because she wants revenge. This girl's name is Setsuna and she is from the Ice Wolf clan. She was sick, so Kiaru used healing magic on her. But he discovered Setsuna. Humans invaded her village. She is weak, so they took her to sell her in the slave market. They killed some of her clan members. Others were sold in the slave market, so there are a few clan members who managed to survive. The humans who carried out the attack are soldiers from the kingdom that Kiaru hates. Then he gave her an antidote by kissing. Freya was ashamed. Then he went to that merchant in order to give him more medicines. The merchant suggested 10 gold pieces per dose, and of course Kiaru agreed to it. But he was feeling strange. Why this merchant never tries to cheat him? They returned home. Kiaru gave Setsuna more medicine, but she woke up and slapped him. But Freya explained it to her. She finally understood things, so she thanked Kiaru for treating and taking care of her. Then he asked Freya to go in order to get some food and drink, and she actually went. But Setsuna attacked Kiaru because she wanted to escape. But he stopped her. He told her that he untied the collar that was on her neck. He said that he did it because he is stronger than her. He can stop her at any moment. He told her that she is weak, so she cannot protect her village. He said that he will make her stronger and also he will help her in revenge, because tomorrow the soldiers of the kingdom will attack the village again. He told her to give him her real name, the name inscribed on the soul, that when she did so she would become his slave all her life. She said that she agrees, but first Kiaru must help her protect her village, and also he must give her strength. He said that he would give her strength. The way is to exercise with her every day, and in fact he did. She began to cry with joy because she feels that her strength has already increased. The next night, in the village of Ice Wolves, there are a large number of soldiers will invade the village. The soldiers tortured some girls. Setsuna wants to go now for revenge. But Kiaru stopped her. He said that the soldiers are trying to lure some wolves in this way. He said that she should wait. He will eliminate a large number of soldiers first, then she will go out and take revenge. And indeed she was obedient. The attack has begun. But the soldiers are very strong because they use very powerful spells. Finally Kiaru decided to intervene. He put a mask on his face in order to avoid problems. He said he was a sword hero. The soldiers are in shock. He was actually cutting up soldiers in a brutal and professional way. Then Freya appeared. She used the most powerful magic and in fact a large number of soldiers were eliminated. Then he asked Setsuna to come out in order to take her revenge, and actually she was very angry. She tore up the soldiers without any mercy. She was really happy because now she is killing the people she hates. And actually a few moments later, all the army was exterminated. Then they celebrated this victory. Everyone was feeling happy. Then he found out the cause of the water pollution in the city of Lanarida. The Ice Wolves want revenge on humans, so they put poison in the water used by humans. He said that he could strengthen this poison in order to eliminate a large number of humans, but at the same time he could turn this poison into a cure that would heal all humans. He wants Setsuna to choose, but she wants him to cure all humans. She doesn't want to kill innocent people, and in fact he turned the poison into a cure using magic. Then he did that thing again with her, and she actually told him her real name, and now she's his. He decided to take care of her until he dies. But now he wants to take his revenge on Blade and Bullet. Meanwhile, Kiaru's lookalike, who is that guard, he was standing in front of the king. The king forgave him, but he has to bring the real healing hero. The sword heroine heard an annoying news. The news is that there is someone who used her techniques and also used her name. She decided to check about this. Meanwhile, Kiaru was sitting by the river. He was enjoying watching Setsuna and Furia. The girls are also enjoying playing in the water. But a few moments later, Kiaru went to Setsuna in order to do some sports, and he actually did that. He also did the same with Furia. Then he decided to go to that merchant in order to sell some medicines, but on the way, he found a homeless person. He wants to buy Setsuna for 1 gold piece. She feels angry, so Kiaru told him that he should pay 1,000 gold coins for Setsuna. The tramp started making fun of her, so she pinned him. She was about to break his arm. Then Kiaru used healing magic to find out the identity of this person. This person is one of the escaped soldiers who escaped during the attack on the Ice Wolf clan. So Kiaru said that the penalty for escaping from the battle is death, and they actually killed this bastard. They went to the merchant. The merchant wanted to take the prescription by force, so he had equipped several guards. Kiaru became angry and was going to attack, but the merchant threatened him with girls. So Kiaru said that the girls are my tools, so he doesn't care if he sacrifices them in order to kill the merchant and the guards. But then he said that these tools are very expensive, so he doesn't want to sacrifice them for something trivial. And he actually negotiated with the merchant and also gave him the recipe for 500 gold coins. The girls want to know the reason why Kiaru sold the recipe. He said that the disease that is in the city will disappear, and also for the recipe to be successful, anti-venom must be available from Kiaru's body, so the merchant will never be able to make medicine. He just lost 500 gold coins. But at that moment he was attacked by the heroine Kiraha. She said that he attacked the Ice Wolf clan and also he killed the soldiers of the kingdom while protecting the wolf village. But Setsuna told her that it was the soldiers of the kingdom who attacked the clan, but it was Kiaruga who protected the village. She doesn't believe this, because she thinks that Kiaruga brainwashed the girls. The heroine Kiraha wants to kill Kiaruga, but Furia attacked her using magic. Kiraha dodged the attack and also hit Furia. So Kiaru got angry because Kiraha hurt Furia. He started fighting. The fight was very strong, but Kiaru was much stronger than her. And that's because he smashed her sword using one of the spells, but she never gives up. She kept fighting, but Kiaru used one of the lust-inducing drugs. So Kiraha stabbed her foot in order to overcome lust, then she attacked. And actually she managed to cut off Kiaru's arm, but Kiaru became laughing in a crazy way. He did the healing magic to get his arm back, then he did the healing magic on Kiraha. He wants her to find out the truth, and indeed she found out about the crimes of the empire. But she couldn't stand it, so she lost consciousness and collapsed completely. Then he took her to his house in order to treat her. He wants Furia to act out in order to deceive Kiraha. After Kiraha regained consciousness, Kiaru revealed his true face. She doesn't believe it, but she's still stubborn, because she thinks he's an evil person because he killed the princess. Meanwhile, Furia comes, but she was a princess. Kiraha is shocked because the princess really is alive. She said that she was investigating Kiaru and the kingdom's crimes in order to uncover the truth. But the guard Leonardo exposed the matter, so he put Kiaru in prison. He was about to kill her. But Kiaru saved her, after which they made a fake news about the death of the princess, so they escaped in order to save the world from the evil of the kingdom. The heroine Kiraha was crying, and in fact she believed everything, so she wants to apologize to Kiaru, and that's by doing wonderful things with him, and she actually did that thing. And now the Kiraha sword champion has become one of Kiaru's possessions. Meanwhile, Leonard attacked the village of Kiaru, and he also gathered the inhabitants in order to take them to the empire. And actually, when Kiaru was eating with the girls, he suddenly heard a voice. He went to the window, but he noticed slaves. These slaves are the inhabitants of his village. The soldiers want the healing hero to turn himself in. And all this happened by order of the cavalry commander Leonard. So Kiaru asked Kiraha to go to the village in order to find out what happened. She of course agreed, so he kissed her in front of Freya and Setsuna. She told him that the entire population had been arrested by order of the kingdom. He is feeling angry and sad, so he said that he was going to go in order to meet Leonard. And in fact, he disguised himself as that soldier who killed him in the city of Lanarida. He went to the city, then he lured one of his old friends. He said that he had escaped from the battle, but escape is punishable by death. He wants to return again to the army, so he asked him for help. He was given a letter in the emblem of the kingdom. He was asked to give it to Commander Leonard. But this soldier said that Leonard assaulted the woman who raised the healing hero. He did all the ugly things in front of the villagers. Kiaru is shocked by this speech because that woman is just like his mother. He wants to kill Leonard in the most terrible way. And actually he interviewed him. Leonard wants to find out where the healing hero is hiding, so he said that he will return him to the army if the information is correct. And actually he told him that the healing hero is in front of you. Leonard does not understand, so Kiaru removed the mask. Then he used healing to see what happened in the village. And indeed the scene was very harsh. He decided to take revenge, so he turned Leonard into a girl, and also brought several people like monsters. These people were drugged with an aphrodisiac drug, and now they will destroy Leonard. Then he burned down the place. He went in search of his mother, and actually found her, but she was dead. He used healing magic on her, but to no avail. His mother died. He came home. He was sad about parting with his mother, but in the meantime Setsuna and Freya come to push them hard on the bed and said that it would not be nice today. And he did that thing, but he was crying. He decided to take revenge on the empire. The next day he learns that the villagers are going to be killed in the Colosseum arena, but he learns that the Norn princess has returned to the kingdom. He became scared because in his previous life that girl had found out that Kiaru was acting. She really was dangerous but perverted. The time has come to exterminate the inhabitants of the village. People think that the inhabitants of that village worship the devil, so they will kill them in order to get rid of the devil and evil. The saint wants Kiaru to turn himself in order to pardon the villagers, and already after a few moments Kiaru has revealed himself. The healing hero wants to impose his justice. The saint said that Kiaru had to save himself in order to save people, but Kiaru defied this saint, and in fact he killed all the soldiers who came to catch him. The saint became afraid, so he asked the guards to point weapons at the necks of the villagers. Also other guards were sent in order to capture the healing hero. But Kiaru killed them too, so the saint asked the guards to kill 4 villagers, and it really happened. He started to say that the real criminals here are the soldiers of the kingdom. The saint said that he would kill more, but Kiaru said that this was normal because he would simply take revenge. One of the soldiers lost his mind and attacked him, but Kiaru eliminated him. The saint killed more villagers, but Kiaru doesn't care because he will take revenge. Suddenly, the saint ordered the guards to activate the magic barrier. This barrier will drain all magical and physical ability, but a necklace or a jewel can prevent this thing from happening. But another surprise, Freya was controlling the command center. She activated the barrier but reversed the rule. The barrier will affect the people wearing the necklace, so the guards collapsed and died. The saint found out about it, so he took off the necklace. The place became full of blood. The audience is in shock. But suddenly the villagers suddenly became bleeding due to one of the poisons they were exposed to. Kiaru found out that the kingdom was planning from the beginning to kill. The saint does not know what is happening, but suddenly a hologram of Princess Flare appears. She wants the people to find out the truth about the criminal acts of the kingdom. But the saint asked everyone not to listen to her, so the princess sang. Only the princess could sing a song, after which she made a touching speech to the people explaining the dark truth. She also used a magic of the 6th level. Everyone began to cry because they made sure that this was Princess Flare. After a bright light appeared resulting from magic, Kiaru disappeared from the arena. People started attacking the guards, and they actually killed everyone in the kingdom. The hero of healing and the girls escaped. He managed to save only one person from the village, a small child. He believes that the Princess Norn is the one who poisoned the villagers because she is the only person who thinks that way. Then he asked that merchant to take care of this boy. He said that he would feel rancor and hatred because Kiaru only managed one from the village, so he wants the merchant to make him believe that. The philosophy of Kiaru says that hatred and revenge are a way out of the cycle of sadness and loneliness, so he does not want this boy to feel sad. He wants him to take revenge. After he decided to leave the village, Kiraha told Len that he should avoid the Norn princess because she was going to go to the city of Branica for an expedition. She asked him to avoid that area, but Kiaru decided to go there. He said he had an idea. Then he asked Kira to continue collecting information from the Empire, after which he gave her a kiss and left. On the way, Setsuna asked Kiaru about the city of Branica. He told her that the city of Branica is the only city where demons and humans live together. He also said he wanted to meet someone in that city. Meanwhile, Norn was planning to exclude the city of Lanarita from the protection of the kingdom if there was a rebellion in it. She also wants to catch the healing hero quickly. In the forest, Kiaru did camping and also did that with Setsuna and Freya. He was feeling happy because he is gradually getting closer to achieving his goals. He is also excited to get to the city of Branica. After he repaired the magical weapon of the girl Freya, he said that he should get divine weapons that can hold great magical power. It is basically in the form of a magic stone. When the hero touches it, that stone becomes a terrifying weapon. He also said that he would kill Blade and Bullet. The next day they arrived in the city of Branica, and indeed this city is full of demons, humans and half-humans, all coexisting together in peace and tranquility. The night came. He went to a restaurant and shared a table with several people. This person said that when the kingdom abandoned this city, the leader of the city made an agreement with the demons. This agreement is to give the demons a little blood. In return, the demons will help humans in some business such as farming and harvesting, and also teach them magic. And over time, they began to live together peacefully. A few moments later the food came. The food was delicious, so everyone was enjoying the meal. But in the meantime, a girl comes to sit with them. Surprised, Kiaru finds out that this little girl is the demon queen that he defeated in his previous life. She is young in age and also her hair color is different, but he can distinguish her. After they started talking about the demon king, Kiaru said that the demon king is actually a tax girl like this girl. Everyone started laughing at this joke. He told her that she looks like the demon queen he knows. She has beautiful eyes and a beautiful black wing, The girl feels nervous. This demon said that the description he said applies to the Black Wing clan. He said that the Demon King asked the demons to get rid of that clan. And also he put a big reward on their heads. So Kiaru was shocked. This girl finished her food and went. She asked Kiaru not to get involved with her or he will be doomed to die. He said that she would be attacked soon, so he advised her to defend herself well, and indeed a few moments later, a group of demons attacked her, but Freya and Setsuna defended. But the demoness was hit by a poisoned arrow. She completely collapsed, so Kiaru told her that he would protect her, but first she should ask him for it. And actually she asked him for help because her life is in danger. One of the demons attacked him, so he used healing magic. And he actually tore it up and threw it away. After he got the girl pregnant and went to one of the abandoned places in order to hide, he asked Setsuna and Freya to come out because he wanted to talk with the demoness. He said that he knew everything about her powers, types of magic, everything. She is shocked. He told her that she is the future queen of demons and that after 4 years. He also said that he would protect her and also help her defeat the current demon king. She said that she could not trust the heroes and also thanked him for saving her. Then she decided to leave. But he said that she can't do anything at the moment. She is small and also weak. She lacks skills and allies. So she asked him to shut up. He told her that these circumstances will make her wings heavier. Because the souls of the clan dwell in these black wings, she must take revenge. But she said that all her guards are dead. She is young and lonely, so she doesn't know what to do. She said that the only thing in this case is to escape. But Kiaru said he would protect her. She said she agreed, but he had to tell her his real purpose. He said that his goal is to get the Demon King's heart after she defeats him. She said that she will think about this plan. In the morning, when she woke up from sleep, she was shocked because Kiaru was doing these things in front of her, so she was ashamed. He started making fun of her because she was shy, so she said she would do that thing too, but of her own free will. She said it was easy. So Kiaru went to her. He told her to prove her words now, so she became shy and was about to collapse from shyness. Then they went for the morning meal. They made soup early in the morning. He started telling her that soup was the second best thing on our trip. She said what was the first thing. He coldly told her X. She was ashamed and said that she was confused. Is Kiaru a good person or evil? But he told her that he is the best good person in this world. Noble, strong, obsessed with justice to the utmost. These qualities are enough to answer her question. She said that the people who say this are actually evil, and then she started crying because the soup is so delicious, so he asked her to eat the amount she wanted to eat. Then they started talking about the agreement between them, which is to help her reach the rank of Demon Queen. He said that he can eliminate the current Demon King with ease. The reward he wants is the Demon King's heart, which is the Philosopher's Stone. He also wants her to stop the conflicts between humans and demons in the future. Then when he was in the stable, he asked her the name of the demonic being that she owns. She said that it is not a monster, it is God. His name is Caladrius. He was surprised by this speech because that god eliminated one of the deadly diseases in the past. But there is another legend about this god. This legend says that he can spread diseases and eliminate them at the same time. When he flaps, his black wings will completely destroy a city. He wants to go in order to tame that monster, but she is scared because it is dangerous. Then he decided to go in order to gather some information and also changed his face in order to avoid problems. But even though he was attacked by one of the Demon King's soldiers because of the smell, this demon recognized him because of the smell. But Kiaru easily defeated him and returned home with some gifts for the girls. And they really liked these new clothes. Freya wants to try on these clothes, so she changed them here, but Eve was shy. Then he wanted to do that thing, so he invited Eve to join them. But she left immediately. But she sat in front of the door of the room. She almost lost her mind because she was listening to the things happening inside the room. Then at night they went to the group that attacked the bar that night, and he actually locked them in a nice hole so that they could not escape. One of them said that he would not attack them again, but Kiaru said that he would free them in 2 weeks in order to achieve justice. He wants them to feel hungry because they attacked the bar. He said that they could rely on this cow. In fact, he put an aphrodisiac drug on this beast. This means that at least this cow will kill them in seconds. Then he returned home, but this time he rented a room in one of the luxury hotels. But the problem is, there is only one room, and this made the little demon angry. She doesn't want Kiaru to do that thing here because she's too shy. The next day he bought some magic tools for the girl Freya. He made a profitable deal with this merchant. This merchant's name is Carmen, and he will be a great help to the healing hero. After seeing an entire army of the Empire led by Norn and Blade, he decided to take his revenge on her in a brutal way. But suddenly he was noticed by one of the 3 heroes nicknamed Hawkeye, so he quickly escaped. Then he went to a restaurant with the girls in order to identify that merchant. and they also made a profitable deal between them. Kiaru offered some drugs that heal anything quickly. Then this merchant said that his dream is to open a huge store in one of the big cities, but Kiaru told him to avoid greed. He told him that this city can turn into a battlefield at any moment, so he has to run away if that happens. 2. The merchant said that the sword blade heroine assaulted one of the girls who works with him in the store, so he must protect Freya and Setsuna. He began to think that he would make Freya and Setsuna as bait in order to trap the heroine, but he backed away from this idea. He did not want to risk his precious tools, so he decided to disguise himself as a girl, and he actually did it with the help of the girls. The girls started hugging him because he was cute, but he was very shy. And he actually went at night, but he was harassed by some of the gangs, but he defeated them. Then he goes to that bar, and actually moments later the sword hero comes. She gets close to him, but then Blade wants Kiaru to drink another glass of wine, but he doesn't want and said he will go home. But Blade forced him to drink, and he actually lost consciousness because Blade put a drug in that drink. She took him, but the girl's father got in the way because he wants revenge and took his daughter's right. He wanted to attack, but Blade threw Kiaru at him, so he hit this person. She wants to know the identity of this girl, so they started fighting. But the heroine became angry because Kiaru hit her on the face, and indeed Blade had a terrible power. She owns one of the divine weapons. Meanwhile, Kiaru was trying to avoid the blows, but he gave up and completely collapsed. And all this because he wanted to implement the plan that was in his head in order to take revenge. He found himself tied up, and indeed the heroine of the sword went to him, but she discovered that this tax girl in front of her is actually a man. She hates men, so she began to vomit and completely collapsed. He scratched her with a poison needle in order to immobilize her, and now the revenge will begin. And actually Kiaru immobilized Blade, and also equipped people like monsters. These human monsters were starved, and he also gave them a drug that arouses desire. So there is a 70% probability that they will eat Blade. She began to beg that he would have mercy on her and let her go, so he asked her and told her, was she going to leave a girl when you beg her? She said yes. So he gave her a solution, and she has to survive until the morning. The way is to try to silence these monsters, and that is by seduction, or they will eat her. He put her on stage, and also prepared some food in order for him to eat and watch the play. He wanted to encourage her to continue, so he switched to Princess Flare. But she gave up and died, and so she took revenge on the hero of the blade sword, after which her sacred sword turned into a crystal, so he took it in order to extract from it his divine weapon. But before that he was asked about the meaning of having this power. Will he save the world? He said that he wants to live happily with women and all the good things in life, so he will definitely protect this world. And he actually got a weapon in his left hand. His name is Georgius. He was happy to have a sacred weapon, so he started laughing hysterically. Then he went to the girls and did that thing again. And as usual, the little demoness was outside the room, so she also did something for herself. The next day, the army held a meeting in the center of the city in front of the people. Princess Norn made a speech. She said that she would rid this city of evil demons, but the people don't want that. They just want the army to leave. And they actually started throwing stones at them, and there was also someone who attacked them. So the princess said that the demons brainwashed people, and now she is going to kill the demons. And actually moments after the army attacked people, they killed innocent people without any mercy. Kiaru watched his merchant friend die. So he went to him right away and actually was very partisan on parting with his friend, because he is the only friend he got to know in this city. Then he tried the holy weapon on the guards, and in fact it was giving him immortality. He became unkillable. He wants to rid this city in order to gain immense popularity among the inhabitants of this city. And he actually killed a large number of soldiers. Meanwhile, the princess heard that the army was in trouble because of a mysterious sword that suddenly appeared. And also at the same time, a hologram suddenly appears out of nowhere. This hologram is for Princess Flare. She said that this battle is not a holy battle, but a massacre of innocents. She said that the kingdom committed a crime, and she also said that humans coexist with demons of their own free will. Summing up, she said touching words. The army actually surrendered when they heard this speech. Meanwhile, Kiaru was hearing talk from behind the door. He waited for the right opportunity in order to enter, and indeed when he entered he attacked the princess. But Hawkeye intercepted him. They began to fight, but Hawkeye was very strong and fast, and that's because he managed to injure Kiaru. But Kiaru, nothing happened to him because the injury is non-fatal, and actually after a long fight he managed to defeat Hawkeye. He went to the princess and said that he was a prince who came to kidnap the princess, and he actually tied her up in an underground cellar. He started slapping her because she was the cause of the death of innocent people. Then he said that he will play a game with her, and princess must restrain herself. She must not lose consciousness until the morning. When she loses, Kiaru will erase her memories. And really a little later Flare came. She was acting just like a dog. Norn was shocked by the shape of her big sister, and the game really started. And of course, Norn lost consciousness, and this means losing in the game, so he changed her memories. She is his younger sister whom he has not seen for a long time. She loves her big brother to the point of madness. From this moment her name is Ellen. The next day he was sitting with the girls happily. Also Kuraha came to him. He asked her why she came here, but then he kissed her and also did that thing again with the girls. Then he decided to leave, so he asked the girls to wait at the end of the city. He went to visit his friend's grave, and during his return he met that person and the devil. He said goodbye to them and then he left. He began to remember Bullet. When he remembered him, he became very angry. Now he wants to take revenge on him in a terrible way. And actually Bullet has come to the city by order of the king. Kiaru has left with 6 girls, and so the story of the first season ends.